In a courtroom bright and bold, Andy marks the stories he told. With a finger pointed high, he's the ace, the reason why. Through objections loud and clear, truth and justice always here. From the witness stand to the judge's chair, and he's ready beyond compare. Andy Marks and Phoenix Wright fight for truth with all his might. Meaner spirit and mind up by his side. Together they'll turn the tide. He's defending the accused, while baby Gumshoe is confused. Solve the case, bring the truth to light with Andy Marks and Phoenix Wright. Phoenix Wright.
We probably have another 45 minutes to an hour of this trial left anyway, which is fine. My sis? I could have sworn I heard Mia's voice. So then she's still alive? Inside your heart? Nicky boy! Oh, how convenient of you to show up. Because I think you're guilty too. Desi, you're hot as hell, but you're guilty. And you accuse your boyfriend. I'm calling it. Oh, Miss Delight. Is it true that Detective Atmey is the real killer? To be honest, we don't have any definite proof. The hot ones are always guilty, right? But he's the only one who could have done it. But wasn't he at Lurley Taylor that night? Look, she's trying to cast doubt. She's trying to make us doubt it. She's trying to make us doubt. I'm telling you, she was involved in it somehow, and she's trying to cast doubt on it. Doubt, not gout. Not to mention, we don't exactly know his motive. I mean, why would Detective Atmey want to kill Kane Bullard? Oops, it's almost time. Better get back to the courtroom. I need to find some solid proof. And it's got to happen sooner rather than later. Give me 1 second, guys. I really want to find out who God it is, man. Well, like, get the confirmation, because I'm almost positive it's Marshall. I'm like willing to bet money that's Jake Marshall. Now then, court is in session. Mr. Luke Atmey, please take the stand. What are you smiling about? Well, well. How do you do, sir lawyer? I never would have thought to see you acting so recklessly. I couldn't let them hand down your verdict just yet. Not when it would have given you your perfect alibi. An alibi by the name of Mask DeMasque. So is our proof going to be that Ron is actually Mask DeMasque? I'm sorry, I'm afraid even the great Luke Atmey has no idea what you mean. Of course, I have been in the next courtroom ever since 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm afraid there's no way I could have known what's been going on in here. See, that's suspicious. You've been in the defendant's seat all day long, correct? Being tried as Mask DeMasque? Indeed. It's truly child's play to fool the ignorant masses. Not only did the poor fools ask me to protect their valuables, they even gave me a generous reward upon returning their own property to them. Take this red diamond ring that sparkles upon my divine ring, for example. So you continue to insist that you are in fact Mask DeMasque. He said red diamond ring, and it literally says in the blackmail letter, if you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day instead. Like, come on, man. He's literally taking Ron's entire alibi. Like, this guy... Ron probably had it on him, and he probably stole it, like, that day, so that he had that quote-unquote alibi. Of course. Very well, then look at me and let us begin this simple question. On October 12th at 1 a.m., Kane Bullard was murdered. Where were you at that time? One without knowledge lacks even the knowledge that he should be ashamed of himself. Don't worry, I will not hold it against you, Sir Judge. Thanks. Alright, Mr. Atmey. The other murder. Speak. We're all ears. As you wish, Sir Prosecutor. You see, Godot doesn't strike me as a guy who... Like, Godot strikes me as a guy who wants the truth. Not, like, just a guy looking... Like, he doesn't strike me as like a Von Karma, Francisca, who's just, like, willing to ignore facts and willing to, like, create, like, evidence and loopholes so that she can win cases. God, it doesn't strike me as that. That's why I think it's Marshall, because Marshall to me is a pretty honorable guy for the most part. We'll see though. I was stealing the urn as Mask DeMasque, just as I announced I would. I had more than enough time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job. A photograph contains no words, but in this case, one turned out to be my witness. The time at which the camera captured Mask DeMasque was the same time as the murder. It seems that the main point of discussion will be this photo of the crime scene. Everything else up until now was all part of his plan. There has to be a secret to this picture as well. Even the great Mask DeMasque can't be in two places at once. Let me look at this again. No, that's the wrong thing. Shouldn't that box be covered in paint? Wouldn't you see a paint stain on that? And obviously, like, the missing brooch as well. That's another thing. Man, I'm telling you, I feel like that's Desi. Now then, if you'll excuse me, I have a verdict to receive. Unfortunately, Mr. Atmey, we still have to do your cross-examination. A fool is too foolish to know that he is a fool. I think he's trying to say that you're full of it, Nick. The only thing that's full of is his alibi. This is a stretch. Yeah, I thought that would be a stretch. And more than enough time to prepare is a pathetically easy job. Yeah, it's not it either. Let me just press. Sometimes I try and like... Let me just press what he has. So this photograph is the proof, correct? Indeed it is. And the man in the photo is certainly wearing a mask. And this is why I'm called Mask DeMasque. But conveniently, that also means that there's no way to tell who this really is. What do you mean?
Objection!
Are you saying that this is in fact... This is not in fact Luke Atmey? That could be an accomplice dressed up as... That could be an accomplice dressed up as Mask DeMasque to create an alibi? Oh, one interesting idea. Are you saying that I, Lone Wolf Luke, had an accomplice? If Luke Atmey was a KP security during the murder, then the Mask DeMasque in this picture has to be a fake. Exactly. Yeah, an accomplice. Now remember you said that, Mr. Trite, because there's no going back. If you're making baseless claims, I'll treat you to a penalty myself. The penalty is probably boiling hot, too. So who is it, Mr. Trite? Who's the accomplice? One or two. We have no evidence as Desiree, but I just feel it in my soul, bro. I just feel it in my soul. There's no way it's Adrian. Right? Like, why would it be Adrian? And then again, she's the only one who would have all the information on the exhibit. I gotta be careful with this one. Ah, man. I'm gonna say Desiree. Just need to press first? What do you mean? What are you laughing for? What are you laughing? I know the answer, but you won't like it? You know the answer? How do you know the answer? Did you, like, look at it?
Take that!
Okay, so... Okay, just tell me this. Do they have an accomplice? Just tell me this. Do they have an accomplice? They do not. Okay. Alright, thanks. Thank you. But how would they not have an accomplice, though? I was with you on Desiree until I read it. Okay.
Objection!
But how would they... So who's dressed as him, then? Look at me, was that secure? The Mask DeMasque in this picture has to be a fake. Then there really was an accomplice. But right now, I have no idea who it was. Okay, so we have to prove it. So they do have an accomplice, we just don't have the evidence right now. I don't have any idea right now either. Baseless objections is just what the guy wants. There's gotta be another way. And I'm gonna find it. Okay. Definitely saved me on the strike there. I believe Adrian Andrews hired you at one point. That's right. That was over 20 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. You sent the calling card to Lorelei Taylor 10 days before the heist? That would mean you sent the card out after you had been... That means you sent the card out after you began your security watch, right? Indeed, there was no reason why I couldn't do both jobs at once. It was a perfect opportunity to steal my latest target. I see. You truly are evil, aren't you? Yes, evil is what I am. Hey, Nick, isn't there something odd about this? Detective Atmey was always proud of his ace detective skills, right? But if the urn was stolen from Lorelei Taylor, why was he the only one watching? Well, he was the only one watching it. He'd have no way to maintain his perfect ace detective persona. You know, that's true. It is kind of odd. Save again. No. So by photograph, you mean the piece of evidence here? Is that correct? Where you need to press statements 2 and 4. You were on the right path before with the picture, but you need to press statements 2 and 4. So by photograph, you mean this piece of evidence right here, correct? Indeed it is. That is it. The very thing that proves I committed the crime. The very thing that proves you committed the crime? When you think about it, it's really odd. You see that almost as if you had this picture taken on purpose.
Objection!
He was simply caught by the very camera that he had set up. That makes no sense. Why would he want to get caught? We all have days like that. Indeed, it turned out that there was no such thing as the perfect crime after all. Life is truly an ironic thing. A sad blue melody. It looks like I'd better gather more information for now. If he's truly the killer, there's got to be something phony in that photo. Two, 3, 4. How about the camera that took this photograph? Oh, come on now. It's all too clear what you're thinking. Huh? You think that I altered the timestamp on the photograph, don't you? Yes! Yes, the box doesn't have paint! I said it! The box doesn't have paint! I'm afraid that's impossible. The camera was set up by Lorelei Taylor. On top of that, it was Lorelei Taylor's staff that printed that picture's data. Unfortunately for the defense, there's no way that picture could have been altered. Wait, but how would the paint be on the ground? Yeah. I see. It looks like I better find something else that could be suspicious. So this alibi is false? It has to be. And he kind of killed Mr. Bullard. But I'm not really spotting anything unusual. There are two possibilities. Either Mask DeMasque in this photo is fake, or the photo itself is. Which one am I doing it on, though? No. Come on. The photograph contains no words. Okay. Okay, so maybe the urn? How's... Press first? So by photograph, you mean the piece of evidence here, is that correct? Indeed it is, that is it. The very thing that proves I committed the crime. The very thing that proves you committed the crime. When you think about it, it's really odd. You say that almost as if he had this picture taken on purpose.
Objection!
He was simply caught by the very camera that he had set up. We all have days like that. Indeed, it turned out that there was no such thing as a perfect crime after all. Life is truly an ironic and sad blue melody. You're saying press first, but like... Let me try it again. That's weird. Is this one of those situations where I have to press the second and the fourth thing in succession? Out to the perfect opportunity to stimulate his target. I see. Wait a minute. He was there the whole time. Was always proud of his detective. The urn was stolen. After pressing 2 and 3, it's supposed to give you an option to press evidence. Give you an option to present evidence after pressing 3. Okay, so we'll press 2 and press 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, he had been there for 2 weeks. Surely even you understand by now. Literally, Taylor provided that camera. There's no way I could have tampered with it. This is new dialogue. That means I could not have killed Kane Bullard unless I had an accomplice. Come on, think long and hard about that night. The basement warehouse and the picture that supposedly captures it. It's gotta be here. Isn't there something funny about this picture? Are you implying that this picture is a fake? You bet I am. There's definitely something strange about this picture. We took a long look around the basement warehouse that night before the theft took place. There's something in that picture that doesn't match my memory of that night. Very well. Let's hear what you have to say. What about this photograph do you find funny? Perhaps this is the area in question. This area? Could you be any more vague? Okay, so let's reload. Wasn't okay, I guess it's the actual paint area then. Yeah, the statue was in front of the paint. The statue was in front of the paint, that's right. The funny part is right here. Why this? This is a blood stain. Ah, blood! Now this case is getting interesting. Not exactly. The stain is actually pink paint. Oh, just paint. And peach colored at that. From blood to peaches. The guy sure loves going on his wild tangents. The problem with this photograph is not the paint. The problem is when you consider the layout of the basement warehouse, it turns out that something that should be there is nowhere to be seen. Well, Mr. Wright, what is supposed to be in this picture instead of the paint stains? The supervisor of the treasure exhibit stated the following. Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime, around noon, that gold statue just happened to arrive from the morning training hall. I realized that the statue would be the perfect size for covering up the paint stains. That's why I put it where you first saw it. I myself was there that night the theft took place, and I saw that statue in that spot. If this picture was truly taken on that night, then that statue should have been there.
Objection!
Back when I went there the day after the theft, that statue of the old bag was sitting in the corner. Perhaps it was somehow pushed there by accident? Your Honor, the statue is slightly larger than yourself and quite heavy. It would take more than an accidental push to move it in that distance. Ah, in that case, can you prove it? Can you give us a rhyme and reason as to why that statue was moved that night? So, my theory, he moved the statue because after the fact, he had moved the statue after the fact because he had realized that the photo that was taken had the statue out of the picture. So, in order to give credence to his alibi, he moved the statue. Never mind who moved it. The real question is, why did they move it? Well, Mr. Wright, I hope you're prepared with your answer. Now then, who was the one who moved the golden statue on the night of the crime? Oh, wait a minute. It couldn't have been Luke because he wasn't... I guess Mask DeMasque, right? Whoever was dressed as Mask DeMasque. Okay, so that's not the answer. Okay, load. Who was the one who moved the golden statue on the night of the crime? It could have been Andrews. I mean, she would have been the only one there, right? Oh, a new Randy's. Randy's 231. Andy's favorite Michael Jackson song is You Rock My World or Remember the Time. I definitely meant to play And. It's not any of these guys. It's not Gumshoe. Could have been Ron? No, Ron was at the office. She's the only person I could think of. One of these two again. Okay, so it's not Got It. It's not Andrews. Yeah, okay. So he did it before the crime. Well, so he did it before he left the what's it called? So on the night of the crime, he moved the statue before he went over to KB security. The one who moved the statue is none other than Luke Atmey. Come on, come now, Sir Lawyer. There you go again on one of your strange delusions. Mr. Wright, what basis do you have for your strange delusions? It's very simple. The witness was the only one in the basement warehouse that night. This is indeed very simple, however. Why would I want to move a heavy golden statue? The reason for moving the golden statue, here's where our battle really begins. Well, Mr. Wright? What reason did the witness have to move that statue? The reason can be found here in the photo. Look at me, you pretended to be Mask DeMasque to create an alibi for showing that you were at Lily Taylor that night. But this photograph contains a single fatal flaw. If the statue had been there, your lie would have been exposed like a cheap film at a drugstore. This is why you had to move the statue. A single fatal flaw? Interesting theory. Please enlighten us. Just where in this picture does this lie exist? The lie is Mask DeMasque. Are you saying that this Mask DeMasque is a fake? Huh. You know, I really wish you would start acting more responsibly. Huh? The current question is, why was the golden statue moved? What possible connection could there be with the Mask DeMasque identity? Oh, buggers. Your face has "oh, buggers" written all over it. Oh. I definitely clicked the box, but sure. Maybe up here? Why is it saying Mask DeMasque? Like, they don't have the brooch on. Is that not like a line of logic that you could think of? Come on. I guess I'll point at the paint puddle again. The line in this photo is somewhere around here. Jump into conclusions again. I think you need to take a gander in your local mirror. As the Yiddish proverb goes, a half-truth is a whole lie. Okay. Am I going crazy here? They had to move the statue because of a single lie. Oh. Take that! Naturally, the lie in this photo is the timestamp. What do you mean? I'll tell you exactly what I mean. On the night in question, Luke Atmey went to KB Security and murdered Kane Bullard. Therefore, it's obvious. It would have been impossible for him to have been at Lorley Taylor at this time. But what does that have to do with the statue being moved? Remember, if you will, Your Honor. When was the statue placed besides the warehouse door? Well, the statue was taken down to the warehouse the day of the crime. And it was placed there in order to cover up the paint. Exactly. Luke Atmey had already decided on the time when he was going to kill the victim. So in order to create an alibi for that time, he took this picture days before the murder took place, and he had no idea that the statue was going to show up. So when the statue showed up, and he realized that the statue would have been in place where the picture would have been taken, he had to move the statue last minute so that there would be no evidence of the statue being in the actual photo itself. What the? Of course, the statue hadn't been brought down to the basement warehouse yet. Ah! So on the day of the crime, Mr. Atmey must have been quite nervous. As nervous as a long-tailed cat and a rocking chair factory, so to speak. Why? Because something that wasn't supposed to be there had to be brought down and placed where it wasn't supposed to be. And that is why Luke Atmey had to move the statue on the night of the murder. He did make it to the room. He did make it. Oh, so he didn't have an accomplice. He just took this picture days before. He did make it. He did make the room. He did it to make the room match with the way it had been in the photo. Gwa! Order! Order! Mr. Atmey, is this true? One moment, Your Honor. Have you forgotten this? What's that? The data from the basement warehouse computer. According to this, the camera did indeed go off on the day of the crime. It's true that the camera had been set up by the Lorley Taylor staff. However, the program used to manage data was yours. That alone would have allowed you to tamper with the data. Ah! Order! Order! Mr. Godot, what is the meaning of this? Mr. Godot always has the answers. Got it? I warned you about making me wait! Now put that coffee down! My 11th cup. I promise to drink with no more than 17 during a trial. Which means I'm still good to the last drop. However, the defense has a very good point. A good point? So what? We are all but travelers on a road of infinite points. I think he's got his points mixed up with his other points. So you say this photograph was taken ahead of time. And that was the statue was used in order to make it match. That's a very interesting idea. However, there's one point that can't be denied. Which is... that's only a possibility. Men that are trapped by the chains of maybe can never reach their dreams. That's very true. No, wait, don't fall for that, Your Honor. Hey, Mr. Mask DeMasque. DeMasque. Yes? If there's no funny business in your actions as Mask DeMasque, then there should be no problem with you telling us your strategy. So let's hear it. Yes, please provide the court with your testimony about your plans to steal the sacred urn. I first received the request from Memorial Taylor about 20 days ago. The urn was placed in a box, and Zavari. It was then sent to the warehouse. Hence, I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. I knew it was an extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days beforehand. I then handled security by myself to ensure that my crime would go smoothly. At last, I held the urn in my hands for the first time at 1 a.m. on October 12th. That's pretty much all stuff we've heard before, isn't it? Yeah, but we will find the truth hidden in the nuggets of new information he gave. Witness, you're sure there are no mistakes this time? Zavari. Very well then, Mr. Wright. You may begin your cross-examination. I held the hands in my hand for the first time at 1 a.m. on October 12th. This statement right here is fishy. Yeah, I knew that was going to be an issue. So security at Taylor will be coming to purloin the most priceless work of art on display in your treasures of Kurain exhibit. Take good care of the speckled urn, won't you? Yours truly, Mask DeMasque. Let's just press. When in doubt, just press. You were asked to guard the urn by Miss Adrian Andrews, is that right? Indeed, it seemed that they had heard of my Zvarkling reputation. I see Miss Andrews is still attracting the weirdos. You better watch out too, Maya. You mean this box? Yes, that pathetic box. Lady Andrews was especially taken with that urn. And she wouldn't let anyone enter the storeroom, not even me. Huh. Interesting new tidbit. So you're sure that you had never seen the urn before? Indeed. You may ask Lady Andrews to confirm for yourself. My security was focused entirely on the entrance to that warehouse. However, I, Luke Atmey, and let no information whatsoever slip through my fingers. How'd you know that, though? You mean this calling card? If he never saw the urn, then how did he know the paint specks on it? Oh, that's right. Okay. Bespeckled. When I was thinking bespeckled, I was thinking, like sparkling for some reason. That's right. That is without a doubt my calling card. I guess Mr. Delight didn't make this after all. Of course. Because Atmey knew about the emblem. Making this card authentic would have been child's play for him. That's a good, yeah. Mr. Atmey, if you really are Mask DeMasque, then you also wrote this calling card, correct? But of course. Is there a problem with that calling card? Allow me to read a passage from the calling card that Mask DeMasque had written. Take good care of the speckled urn. Now the speckled here surely refers to the pink pattern of the sacred urn. Yes, that is true. But so what? Truth be told, there's no way that Mask DeMasque could have known about this pattern. What do you mean? The pink spotted pattern on the urn is actually nothing more than paint stains. Paint stains? And these stains did not appear until after the urn had been taken by Lorelei Taylor. I'm not finding this joke to be very funny, Mr. Wright. The day that the sacred urn had been taken to the warehouse, I love this picture. The urn was broken due to human error, or should I say an error-prone human. And that's when the pink paint got on the urn. You can't be serious. And yet, this calling card clearly mentions the paint pattern. Which means Detective Atmey had seen this urn long before the crime ever took place. In fact, he saw it when the fake photo was taken. And because this photo is a fake, your alibi for the night of the murder no longer holds water. Witness, do you have anything to say for yourself? Alright, that did it. He's broken. Goddess still has a trick up his sleeve. Nick? I think it's still a little early for a victory pose. Huh? Oh, God. Ha. It's so sad. No one has any conviction these days. Conviction, you say? Yesterday, we all decided unanimously that this man was Mask DeMasque, and now we're calling him a murderer. You don't think we're being a tad fickle? That's a good point. No way. Don't fall for that too, Your Honor. You say that Luke Atmey was the one who killed. You say that Luke Atmey was the one who killed Kane Bullard. Well, I'm ask you this. Why would he do that? An excellent point. Motive, Mr. Wright, motive. Might you, my merry murderous motive manifest? Nick, he's getting a second win. If he prepared an alibi and pinned his crime on Ron Delight, you said, he must have a very strong motive for murder. The only one with any motive we've seen is Ron Delight. Isn't that right, Detective? Indeed, according to my own research, that boy's motive is clear. Without a motive, it's clearly impossible to prove guilt in a murder case. Now then, maybe you can enlighten us on what the defendant's motives were? I'd be honored, Sir Old-Timer. Doing everything they can to make Ron look suspicious. Despite our lack of hard information, this may be our only chance. I, Luke Atmey, had no points in contact with the victim whatsoever. Kane Bullard decided to investigate Mask DeMasque and simply mistook who he was. It was Mr. Bullard who wrote the blackmail letter and sent it to Ron Delight. And it was again Mr. Bullard who harbored a grudge against Mr. Delight for his betrayal. Mr. Bullard's mistake is quite excusable. The defendant truly believes he is Mask DeMasque. This is why Mr. Delight saw it fit to kill Kane Bullard. Surely a tragedy. So the victim, Kane Bullard, blackmailed the defendant? Excuse me. This is the blackmail letter found in the defendant's apartment. A handwriting test confirms that Mr. Bullard was indeed the one who wrote the letter. What? Very well, Mr. Wright. Begin your cross-examination. Isn't that the tear of Amanon on his fucking, like, thing? And who in the world is gonna prove that? I will. After doing a thorough background check on Detective Atmey and Kane Bullard, we were unable to find any links between them. It's all in the reports. Perhaps they were connected through their work? They were both involved in security. Nope. That was blunt. In any case, only one with a motive was Mr. Delight. Kane Bullard decided to investigate Mask DeMasque and simply mistook who I was. Is that seriously not a contradiction? You got a whole bunch of other letters. Was Atmey a client of his? Cause that's the jewel. So for a minute I thought that Atmey took the jewel from what's his name? From Ron to make it seem like he was the one. But Atmey was a client of Ron. Did you present the blackmail letter? When? I'll take that red diamond you received instead. No, but like the proof is that, but they're saying that Bullard wrote the letter. That's true.
Objection!
Mind if I ask you a few questions, Detective Atmey? Well, if it's just a few, I guess it's alright. When you said that this letter was addressed to Ron Delight, I couldn't help but notice one major contradiction. I had pointed this out before. I'm doing mental gymnastics. I literally had that answer earlier. Contradiction. I don't know where a walking contradiction like you gets off saying things like that. You're one to talk. At times like these, men are made to express themselves with their fists. Why don't you show us what you got there, Junior? Indeed, time to man up, Mr. Wright. Show us the contradicting evidence in the content of the blackmail letter. Show us the contradicting evidence in the content of the blackmail letter. Would it be... Yeah. What?
Objection!
No, I got it right. I think you mean 1-2 punt. Okay. So am I supposed to fucking show the letter again? This shit pisses me off sometimes. It's not like we have the fucking diamond.
Take that!
Show us the contradiction evidence in the content of the blackmail letter. If you want your truth identity revealed to the world, come to KB Security at 1 a.m. and bring $50,000. If you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day instead. But it's not like we have the red diamond. Show us the contradicting evidence in the content of the blackmail letter. Something in the wallet or a newspaper article? I can't check the wallet. You're right. It's a newspaper article. Take a good look at this newspaper clipping. Andy's Randy's 227. Andy has only had one job he's worked at for less than 2 years. It contains a picture of the tear of a man in the stolen jewel. What about it? The problem is the jewel's color. Color? I'm not much for discussing color myself. According to the clipping, the color of the stolen jewel was blue. However, in the blackmail letter, totally different jewel is mentioned. Oh shit, didn't even piece that together. I'll take that red diamond you received the other day. I was with you on the red jewel ring. Yeah, me too. Red? Which means the red diamond described in the blackmail letter is not the tear of a man in that Mr. Mask... That is not the tear of a man in that Mask DeMasque stole at all.
Objection!
So this letter was meant for fucking... Was this letter meant for Atmey? And he just placed it at Ron's house? In your point, Mr. Wright? So you're trying to say that the blackmail letter was intended for someone else? Is that what you're trying to say? Right? That is what you're trying to say, right, Mr. Wright? Well, is that what you're trying to say, Mr. Wright, Mr. Nick? Yes. This is who Kane Bullard was actually blackmailing.
Take that!
Naturally. It was you, Detective Atmey. Do you have some sort of basis for that claim? You have been personally involved in every single Mask DeMasque case. In the last case, you recovered what was stolen and received a jewel as your reward. A jewel? Probably the one wrapped conspicuously around your finger. That red diamond ring. That is the diamond referred to in the letter. They went... You and I were on the same... You and I were on the same path, but it went that way. We got to the destination, we just took the wrong exit. So it took us about 15 minutes longer to get there. Which means that Kane Bullard wrote that letter in order to blackmail you. Order in the court!
Objection.
Order, I say! It seems you've gotten too far with your childish pranks, Mr. Wright. Uh-oh, I don't like the way you said that. Kane Bullard blackmailing Luke Atmey? Are you for real? Yes, I am. Hey, come on, stand up to him. Then answer me, yes. The blackmail letter contains the following passage. If you don't want your identity revealed to the world. Yes, it certainly does. Kane Bullard threatened to make Luke Atmey's identity public knowledge. An identity he wanted to keep a secret. So what was that identity? The ace detective. Atmey killed Kane Bullard because he was afraid of his secret being known. What was the identity he wanted to keep secret? Wait. This is what it all comes down to, Nick. The identity that Luke Atmey wanted so desperately to keep secret was... Yes, I said ace detective. Luke Atmey was an ace detective. Thank you for the kind introduction. Luke Atmey, ace detective. One embodies the nefarious forces of darkness, the other angelic cherubs of light. I am completely lost. Someone get me a translator. But anyway, everyone knows you're an ace. Oh, yeah, I'm dumb. He's not Mask DeMasque, so it's a blackmailer then. Luke Atmey was a blackmailer. Yeah.
Objection.
Hey now. And you know what? And the reason... Okay, it's all making sense now. So it wasn't Bullard that was writing these notes to... Okay, I got there now. It wasn't Bullard that was writing these notes to Ron. It was Atmey. And he was posing as Bullard. Or... Maybe he worked for... I don't fucking know. I thought I had this case figured out, and it just went all over the place. Hey now, isn't that a little different from what you've been saying? You said that Kane Bullard was the one blackmailing Luke Atmey. It really is. Are you saying that Atmey was blackmailing someone else on top of that? Oh, you have to admit, that does sound a little odd. It's not odd. It's the only thing that makes any sense. Kane Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atmey. But Ron DeLite was also being blackmailed by a certain someone. Okay. So did you start receiving blackmail letters after this incident? Yes, just a few days after the terror of a man and heist. After that, I started getting the plans in the mail. I received plans from some very kind person. Incredibly detailed plans. Detailed plans? In which case, that would mean that Ron DeLite was actually Mask DeMasque. This is what we were claiming. Someone else came up with the plans and had Mr. DeLite steal his targets for him. And that someone was none other than Luke Atmey. Shh! Silence! Now I see. It's all becoming clear. What is? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Careless with a tendency to jump to conclusions. Am I right? Am I wrong? How did you... You say that Luke Atmey was blackmailing Ron DeLite. In which case, I would actually know all about his relation to Mask DeMasque. Well, yes. Ron DeLite started receiving plans for his second crime onward, correct? Which means I learned of his identity when he committed that first crime. Good point. You certainly couldn't have blackmailed him otherwise. In that case, let's see some hot, bitter evidence. During the first crime, how did Luke Atmey know that Ron DeLite was Mask DeMasque?
Take that!
I think I see it. See what? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Gets into lots of mischief trying to be the center of attention. What do you mean? This newspaper clipping. It has a picture of you and Ron DeLite in his guard uniform. It seems that Mask DeMasque didn't just disappear into thin air. He just took off his outfit and hid it in a bucket. That sounds too stupid to be true. Correct. With tricks like that, you couldn't fool a baby, let alone an ace detective. And then when you figured, and that's when you figured it out, Mr. Atmey. That's when you learned that under his mask, Mask DeMasque was really Ron DeLite. What the? Wasn't he supposed to be Mask DeMasque? And not only that, it looks like he wasn't even an ace detective. I can't believe it. He was just a slimy blackmailer. What a fraud! Trying to pass himself as an ace detective. Why you? How dare you expose me like that? Why, I mean, I never blackmailed anyone in my life. I'm a famous and proud ace detective, and also Mask DeMasque. Why can't you understand that? I'm afraid you were neither a proud thief nor an ace detective. You're a blackmailer and a murderer, and that is your true identity. Why, you? How dare you even dare imply? Oh, yapping. I wasn't even gonna. I tried reading the first line and. It would seem we finally arrived at the real answer. That was quite a performance by Mr. Atmey. Bailiff, please prepare a cell for Mr. Atmey.
Objection.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. What the fuck? Now got it? He just, like, pretty much admitted it. Like... The hammer strikes. Excuse me. The hammer that strikes too fast has no time to aim. What do you mean? I'm already prepared to deliver my ruling. Well, I just say one more thing. I will be the one to judge. You don't get much more in your face than that. It appears that your claws weren't quite sharp enough, Mr. Wright. What do you... It's true that you've proven a lot of things. Things like Luke Atmey was a filthy blackmailer, and that he wasn't at Lordly Taylor the night of the murder. That's right! That's why he's the one who killed Mr. Bolt. But there's still one thing you've yet to prove. What's that? Just because he wasn't at the warehouse doesn't mean he was at the murder scene. Therefore, if you can't prove that this pitiful excuse for our man was at KB's security, then I don't see how a verdict can be delivered. No way! Order in the court! Well, Mr. Wright? This is it. This is the final round. I've got to prove that Atmey was at Mr. Buller's office on that night. But, can you really prove that? That's long enough. Mr. Wright, I want to hear your answer. That night, Luke Atmey was at KB Security and the defense. Can we prove that? I mean, I guess the defense can prove it with evidence. Are you sure? Don't you worry, I'll watch over you as you break down and fall to pieces. Well then, let's see this proof. What's one thing we haven't looked at yet? Ooh. No proof yet. Okay, so we'll just reload that real quick. I can't prove it. Just as I thought. But if we hear more of Detective Atmey's testimony, unfortunately, that's as far as you go, Mr. Wright. What do you mean? I won't allow for more testimony, that's what I mean. That doesn't even make sense. You can't just say that. What? Have you forgotten? Luke Atmey is here after we interrupted his own trial, but we've already proven that he's not Mask DeMasque. And you have failed to prove that he committed the murder. I think it's time for this witness to return to his own trial and face his guilty verdict as Mask DeMasque. We have proven that he is not. How does that make sense? No. Well now, Sir Lawyer, it seems that love wins out in the end after all. I am the ace detective as well as Mask DeMasque, and my verdict will verify that. Just as Rhonda Lights will verify that he is a true murderer. I declare that with the full force of my ace detectiveness. Order in the court! That's enough deliberation over this witness. I can't believe this. At this rate, Ron is... Don't give up now, Nick. We still have tomorrow. We can look for more evidence and... By then, it'll be too late. Huh? What do you mean? Why? Double jeopardy. One of the basic rules of any court of law. Double jeopardy? Should a defendant be tried and found guilty? Should a defendant be tried and found innocent in court? That defendant cannot be tried again for the same crime. This is a fundamental rule of all courts, and it applies to this witness as much as it applies to anyone else. Mr. Atmey will be found guilty in a matter of minutes. Guilty as Mask DeMasque, which means... he'll be innocent as far as the murder of Kane Bullard is concerned. No way. The fact that you were unable to prove Mr. Atmey's guilt of that crime here means that he will never again be tried as Kane Bullard's murderer. What? No way. Is this how this is gonna end? Now there's nothing I could possibly do to win. Even if Ron is proclaimed to be innocent, the real killer, Luke Atmey, will go free. You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today. As long as there is no more testimony, I am afraid I have to declare that this will be no further questioning for the witness. Are there any objections? Oh, here we go. Who's gonna make this objection? Is it gonna be Desi? Is it gonna be Ron? Is it gonna be Pearl? Then I hereby end the cross-examination of Luke Atmey.
Objection!
I think I see it. Your Honor, when you were a child, this is what was on your report card every year. Is it gonna be Pearl? Has poor hearing and often made mistakes as a result. How did you... Phoenix, raise your head up high. Have you forgotten what I used to tell you? Wait, what the fuck? Alright, it's Mia. A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. That voice. No way. Alright, it's Mia. Long time no see, Phoenix. Mia? I love how he's always surprised when she pops up. She pops up in like every other case, brother. This is the true power of the Kurain channeling technique. I know that it's really Maya who's standing before me, but right now, she's my mentor, Mia Fey. Now, let's do this. But there's nothing more we could do, Mia. Without any more testimony, I can't cross-examine. Not yet. The testimony's not over yet. What do you mean? Your Honor, just now you said something very interesting. You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today. Yes, that's true, but... Unfortunately, Your Honor, you're forgetting something. Earlier, after the last cross-examination, this witness made a number of remarks. Well now, Sir Lawyer, it seems that love wins out in the end after all. He has an affair with Desi! He has an affair with Desi! He has an affair with Desi! I've been calling it! Mia bursting out of Maya's outfit will never get old. I am Ace Detective as well as Mask DeMasque. My verdict will verify that. Just as Ron Delights will verify that he's the true murderer. I declare that with the full force of my Ace Detectiveness. Yes, but these comments appear to have no importance whatsoever. Very well, then we shall prove their importance via cross-examination. At any rate, as long as the witness has made these remarks, we, the defense, assert our right to question them. Is that alright with you, Prosecutor? Is something the matter, Mr. Godot? Nothing. He looked at Mia a little too long there. Oh, Sir Lawyer, it looks like you're one step too late. If you think that falsehoods will do anything to me, Luke at... Let's hear it. Huh? It's true that the witness made some remarks. So then, let's hear this last bit of cross-examination. Did Marshall and Mia have a history? I'm telling you, man, it's Jake Marshall. There's nothing you can do to prove me, like, there's nothing. Mr. Godot, what are you? Very well, then. Excuse me. Very well, then, Mr. Luke Atmey. I'm going to allow the defense to cross-examine your earlier remarks. The defense would like to hear why you declared the defendant to be the true murderer. So please give us one last bit of testimony. Hi, Phoenix, this is it. This is our absolute last chance. Yes, Chief. Indeed, it was true that I was not at Lordly Taylor. I had to leave to see about another vitally important job request. I had known about the date beforehand, so I had this photograph readied. My brilliant deduction was what informed me that the true culprit was Ron Delight. And thanks to the keycard and wallet, it was abundantly clear that he was there. And I was able to make a deduction about the buzzer, which only sounded once. The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? The victim would have left fingerprints if he sounded it, which means the killer sounded it. Mr. Delight was wearing the Mask DeMasque outfit, which is why it left no prints. And the blackmail letter, the victim likely just mistook the color of the jewel. Zavari. Therefore, all the evidence points to that poor boy. This testimony actually seems to hold up pretty well. The witness's earlier remarks should not have been hastily prepared. All of his points have been explained, and none of them seem to contradict anything. But of course. But, how did you know about the emergency buzzer? The police investigation documents went directly through me. And I always look over all the documents. It's elementary, Sir Lawyer. Are you gonna make even more trouble for us now, Sir Lawyer? I will not allow any of your usual shenanigans, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. We cannot postpone Luke Atmey's trial any longer. This is your last chance. Hang on a sec. Just one chance? Huh. It seems that the party's about to begin. Well, Phoenix? What in the cyberpunk is he wearing? I don't know. Very Cyclops-esque. There's an evidence that contradicts with that testimony. So it would seem. What do you mean, so it would seem? Listen, Phoenix, pointing out contradictions doesn't always mean you have to present evidence, does it? At any rate, this is our last chance. If you can't point out the case-breaking contradiction, you lose. That's all there is to it. Okay, so it's not going to be evidence. It's going to be a person. Cup number 17. The last cup. It seems like the time has come to put an end to this trial. I have to find a fatal contradiction in this testimony, and I need to point it out without presenting evidence. Which means all I can do is find the contradictory remark and press it. Remember, you only get one chance. Very well then, Mr. Wright. Please begin your final cross-examination. Oh. Okay, so I get one chance at this. Whatever I press has to be the one. I had to see about another vitally important job request. I had known about the date beforehand, so I had this photograph readied. Feels like one of these two. A brilliant deduction was informed to me that the true culprit and thanks to the keycard and wallet, it was abundantly clear. I just had an epiphany. What if Desi was working with him? After she found out, because it was very obvious that Ron was Mask DeMasque. So what if Desi worked with Luke to get Ron the money from the treasures so that he could keep on like buying her shit? Mr. Atmey, about this last remark.
Objection!
You still don't get it, do you? Try it. This isn't the time to be pressing the witness on every little statement. What? I said this before. There's still one thing you haven't proven. That this scum was in Kane Buller's that night. And now, it's time for me to drink my last cup. Okay. So I need to do evidence then. Good thing I saved it. I'm not reading all that. All right. Whoopsie! They really made it seem like I had to press. Whoa. Guys, it's being stupid again. I'm sorry. Okay. But he wouldn't have known that. I think it's this one. Because why? How would he know that? How would he know that Ron was wearing the Mask DeMasque outfit unless he was there?
Hold it!
Objection!
How is that not? Like, what the fuck? Unless I have to use evidence.
Objection!
It does! Oh, okay. Okay. Mr. Atmey, about this last remark.
Objection!
Yeah, he said his Mask DeMasque outfit. Not my Mask DeMasque outfit. It's not like he had a replica. You still don't get it, do you, Trite? This isn't the time to be pressing the witness on every little statement. I'm afraid you're the one who still doesn't get it, Mr. Godot. What? Mr. Atmey, it seems you have finally admitted that you were in the CEO's office on the night of the murder. How can you say that? Let's review your testimony, shall we, Mr. Atmey? The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? Mr. Delight was wearing his Mask DeMasque outfit. Is that correct? Indeed, that's what I said. My deductions are absolutely foolproof. More like your deductions prove that you're a fool. I'm sorry. Whatever do you mean? For some reason, I'm starting to get really thirsty. That cup is done. The cup is done. When exactly did we learn the fact that Ron Delight was dressed as Mask DeMasque when he went to the scene of the crime? That was, it was just a few hours ago. Back when my sixth cup was looking at me with a cold stare. Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? I'm sorry. I just never had a chance to mention it up until now. That's right. The defendant has yet to tell anyone else this fact before this morning. Therefore, the only people who should have known this were people who were watching this trial. Randy's 43. Andy has Rush Hour 2 in his top 5 favorite movies. Nah. Do you understand now, Detective Atmey? There's no way you could have known about that. Ah! You were in the next courtroom being tried as Mask DeMasque. So then enlighten us. How did you know about that piece of information? Well,
Objection.
come on. This detective must have known about it. He probably had plenty of chances to find out beforehand. And it's those chances that I want to discuss next. That night, Mr. Delight was wearing his Mask DeMasque outfit. There's only one and only one way for Detective Atmey to have found that out. Only one way, you say? Please recall, if you will, Mr. Delight's testimony. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. For a second, my client witnessed the real killer.
Objection.
But Mr. Delight never saw his attacker. So there's no way whether or not the real killer was Luke Atmey. It's with that test statement that I'll turn this case on its head. Just what are you implying? Mr. Delight saw the real killer, correct? Correct. Now, if you'll turn that statement around, it stands to reason that the real killer had also seen Ron Delight. Impossible. Detective Atmey, you saw Mask DeMasque at the murder scene that night. You saw him when you killed Kane Bullard and assaulted Ron Delight. That was the only way you could have known what Ron was wearing. What the fuck is happening? I thought an earthquake hit. Take a good look, everyone. Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one myself. Here I am, the tragic clown. He did this when he was found guilty of being Mask DeMasque. That's the same line he gave yesterday. But I think there's a little more meaning behind it this time. What an awfully complicated incident. Kate Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atmey, who was in turn blackmailing Ron Delight. And upon killing blackmailer Luke Atmey tried to frame Ron Delight. He then claimed to be guilty of his Mask DeMasque in order to escape his true crime. And to that end, he came up with this plan. To use the double jeopardy rule when making his alibi. At any rate, it would seem we finally found the truth. Excuse me. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of the innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of murder. Don't ignore me! Oh, I didn't realize you were there. Why wouldn't he be? About the verdict. Fucking Ron. I know. You never committed any murder. That's right. I'm so glad you understand that, but I'm really Mask DeMasque. Huh? So thanks to that trial yesterday, I'm innocent now, right? What was it you said? Double jeopardy? Now that you mention it. I've been careless. Careless? What do you think, Mia? As the defendant says, the rule of double jeopardy is absolute. The defendant can be tried twice for a crime in which he was once found innocent. Then Mask DeMasque is really innocent? It would seem so, for now. For now. Now then, the court finds the defendant not guilty. What an odd case. You know what this case kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of like, remember the Steel Samurai case? Where it just had like a whole bunch of twists and turns, kind of for the sake of it. That's kind of what this reminded me of. It wasn't a bad case per se, but it kind of went too long. That twist, I do like the twist where, I do like the twist of the murderer trying to get himself framed as the thief to create an alibi for himself being the murderer. I do like that, but it kind of went a little too long. I don't know. Boy, this is really lucky. Wait, her eye... This isn't good after all. You see, the whole thing is, I still am Mask DeMasque after all. You did it, Phoenix. Thanks, Mia. It's been a long time, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because Maya doesn't call on me much these days. Oh? I'm just joking, Phoenix. Don't take everything so seriously. But on the other hand, Maya, she seems kind of torn these days. You mean about becoming the master of the Kurain channeling school? Becoming the master, meaning saying goodbye to her mother. Ooh. Misty Faye, right? Watch over her, will you, Phoenix? Of course. Well then, see you around. Mia. Ah, Mr. Wright! I love how he's always crying. I don't know what to say. Congratulations, Mr. Delight. Thank you so much. No, wait. Nothing really matters anymore. Come on, don't just be happy already. Maya, you've been cleared of the murder charges and got off as Mask DeMasque to boot. But in exchange, I lost everything. Huh? What do you mean? Stealing security information from KB Security, becoming Mask DeMasque? I did it all for one reason, for her. You mean your wife, Desiree? She hates criminals more than anything. Come to think of it, she was held hostage by some robbers, wasn't she? She always said how she hated sneaky criminals. I knew that, but... Once I got her from KB Security and lost all the money I had, she wouldn't have had any reason to stay with me. I thought she would leave me for sure. So that's why I became Mask DeMasque? Yes, it's all over now. Broken bowl can never be put back together. That's not true, right, Nick? Right. Really? Can you really go back to the way things were? You'll be fine. Nick can prove it. I can? I kind of wish you would check with me first. Mr. Light, even if a bowl is broken, there's always a way to put it back together.
Take that!
The sacred urn. Desi was the one who found this. Desiree, your wife, she always believed in you, Ron. That's why you'll be fine. You don't have to worry about anything. Ah, there you are! Mr. Light. You did it, Ronnie. You're innocent. I'm so happy. Thank you. I appreciate that, but, I suppose you don't want anything more to do with me, do you? Ronnie, why didn't you talk to me about what was going on? I had no idea you'd quit KB Security. I never imagined that you were really Mask DeMasque either. It's too late. What are you gonna do now that you know? You're not gonna really leave him, are you? Come on. It's obvious, isn't it? How could I ever let a wonderful man like him get away? After all, my Mike's really fast. So fast that there's no way he could ever get away. But didn't you say that you hated criminals? Oh. I only hate people who act all cowardly and sneaky. Like that detective. I see. Why Ronnie went and declared his crimes before he committed them like a man? Okay. I'm confused. Yes, he was proven innocent of the specific heist, but wouldn't Mask DeMasque still be on trial for everything else? Yes, but because he was proven innocent already of being Mask DeMasque, he can't be tried for that crime twice. So they already it's really confusing. It's a technicality. It's a big technicality. I just love a man who's so chivalrous. Chivalrous? I knew I was right about you. Every day I spend with you is filled with thrills and excitement. Desi. Desiree, you really do love Ron, don't you? Nicky boy. Yes? I'm really glad I asked you to defend Ronnie. Thank you so much. I'll never forget what you've done for us. Oh, well, take care of yourself. You too, Nicky boy. I can feel my face going red. Hey, it's Pearl! Mr. Nick, Mystic Maya, congratulations! Talk about bad timing. Mr. Nick, how could you? With another man's wife in front of Mystic Maya? No, you got it all wrong. I'll never forgive you. Never, never! I love Pearl whooping his ass. Right, but the crime was the staff, not who's Mask DeMasque yet. Yeah, I mean, and just as the case came to a close, so did my consciousness. Ron said a broken bowl can never be put back together. But I know that's not true. I mean, just look. Here's a perfect example of that. What was put together even before them before. Here's a perfect example of one that was put together even better than before. Take a screenshot of that.
And Phoenix Wright. Phoenix